Happy December. I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to share with you an advent calendar that I made for one of my pen pals. So this is the front, and when you open it up, I have 12 little envelopes inside. Each one is going to contain a little surprise for 12 days. So this is the mini envelope. I'm just showing you what it looks like, and I got this from a template from another YouTube video. I believe her name is Drawn by Leslie, so if I can find it, I'll link her video below so that you can check that out. This was her idea, and I just decided to make one for my pen pal as well. So here I'm just showing you all the little bits and pieces that are going to go inside each day. Originally, I had wanted to record the entire process of me making this, but this actually took me multiple days to make because I did it in multiple sessions just because I had other stuff like going on in my life as well. So when I worked on this, it was usually nighttime because that's when I'm most free, but then the lighting is also really bad at night. So I finished everything and then I just put everything together. So I decided that I would do a video of me putting everything together because I would at least have some sunlight during the day to do that, and then I can send it up to my pen pal. So here I'm just arranging the washies. I'm trying to see which one should go where. I didn't want her to open like two washi tapes that were too similar one day after another, so I wanted to space them out a little bit, as well as any Christmas themed washi tapes I wanted to put in the beginning so that she would be able to use those for Christmas and wouldn't have to wait till next year. But again, that also depends on when she receives this. So this is actually the second advent calendar that I made for one of my pen pals. The very first one I made earlier in November, and I was actually able to do 25 days for her because I was hoping that she would receive it in time for that. So for the 25 days, I didn't decorate the back as much because the envelopes pretty much filled up the entire thing. And in addition, I also had to cut out another piece of white cardstock to put in the middle for all the extra days as well that didn't fit. So if you wanted to do 25 days, that's an idea of how you can do it. And I think this is perfect because this fits in flat mail, and I don't remember the exact size, or sorry, the exact weight. I know it was over 30 grams. I don't remember if this was over 50 grams, but I guess that's how, like, that would depend on how your postal service did things. So here in Canada, for Canada Post, if it's under 30 grams, it's one price, and then 30 to 50 grams, it's another price, and then 50 to 100, and then so on. So I'm just putting everything in, and I actually learned a lot from my first one and the second one. I didn't take pictures of the first one, but if I did, I would have inserted it in now. So for my first calendar, I hand cut them. I printed off the template and I hand cut them, and then I glued all the envelopes together so that they were actual envelopes. And I think I like the way I did this one more because for this one, I actually put the envelope templates onto Cricut and I cut it with my Cricut. So the envelopes turned out a little bigger, which was a little better for me. So it would just be easier to find stuff to fit inside the envelopes, and I wouldn't have to hand cut them because hand cutting is hard. At least for me it is. So I'm so glad that I was able to cut this with my Cricut. And because I used my Cricut, I was able to use what is this called? Like this patterned, origami paper. Whereas for the first one, I had to use colored letter size paper, which would fit in my printer. This origami paper, I think is like 12 by 12 centimeters. Yeah, 12 by 12 centimeters. But I didn't have to print out a template. I only had to cut the template in my Cricut, if that makes sense. So I didn't need to print anything out. So that's why I'm able to use a smaller paper. And I think being able to use the pattern paper actually looks a lot nicer. And also for the first one, instead of decorating the backing, I guess you would call it, the card, I actually didn't decorate it at all because, as I said, the envelopes took up the entire backing. And then, yeah, I kind of did everything backwards. So I stuck on all the envelopes and then I decorated the front, which was kind of hard because I had also put everything into the envelopes already. So it was kind of bulky, and then in addition, I was drawing a design on the front instead of just creating a collage. So that was kind of challenging. But what I did was I created a little doorway with some steps, and then I colored it in. And I feel like I'm not good with like pencil crayons. I don't think it, like, I feel like if I could have designed it on the computer and printed it out, it would have looked a lot cooler and a lot neater. So maybe that's something I'll keep in mind for next year. But that's how you learn, right? I think, yeah, as I said before, like between the first one that I did and this one, there was already a huge improvement. And for the first one, I actually, yeah, I think I said it before, but I also glued the envelopes together. And I actually like this style more where I leave the envelopes open because it would be easier for the recipient to open it out and take the things out as well. If you have any ideas of what else to put in these little envelopes, I would love to know because all I could think of that were small enough were washi samples and stickers. I did think about putting glitter, and if you saw day 12, I put some snowflakes in there, but it wasn't a lot, and those are big pieces. So I think it would have been okay if she dropped any, it would have been easy to clean up because there were only like 5 pieces. But I thought about doing like a bag of wishes in one day and putting in like sequins, but I didn't have a bag small enough, so if I put in sequins, it would be just the sequins, and I feel like that would have been really messy. Oh, and there's the ephemera from day 5 falling out. So for the days, only day 4 and 5, where it was a little bulkier, things could fall out, I just put a little bit of glue tape on there so that it would stay. But if she did want to open it all the way, she would be able to, if that makes sense. So yeah, that is the finished product. And when we go to the back, there's actually a little pocket here because I didn't want the back to be plain. And I also like to include memos instead of just washi and stickers because it's Christmas and I feel like if it's just washi and stickers, it looks a little sad. I wanted to include some bigger pieces. So I included that postcard, which is from my shop by the Paper Memories on Etsy if you want to check that out. And here I'm just putting in these memo pads, not memo pads, memo sheets. I'm putting them in very neatly, and I always wondered if they actually arrived like that or if they just kind of like all shaken up from like during the delivery process. But I think for this one they would stay because it's actually kind of tight there because of the way that I put the envelope on with double-sided tape. And I'm just finishing off with a little bit of twine because it didn't stay flat. I think it would be great if I had like Velcro dots, but because of COVID, I didn't really want to go out looking for just Velcro dots. So I just decided to leave it as it is, and I think it still looks really cute. And I just tied it with twine 3 times around horizontally and 3 times around vertically, and I tied it into a little knot. It would be really cute to tie it into a little bow, but I was thinking that I would add on a wax seal, and that's why I just left it as a knot. And I had actually pre-cut the twine already because I tied it up once, but then I had to untie it because I forgot that I was taking a video and I didn't have any photos of the inside, so I had to untie it. And so that's why the twine is already like that and it's kind of short, so I didn't end up tying a bow. And I didn't end up putting on a wax seal either because I didn't want to ruin it. Like, I didn't want to ruin the butterfly, and then I didn't think it would look nice if I put a piece of parchment paper under it to put the wax seal on. So I just left it like that, and I think it looks cute. I would love to know if you made an advent calendar or anything similar for your pen pals, or if you got any ideas and you're going to make one for your pen pals now or next year. I'd love to know, and I'd also love to know what you put inside it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!